Hello guys, gals, and non-binary pals. Today are the presidential speeches for those who are running for the next president of the Fantastic Music Association. First up we have Mr. Baroque, followed by Miss Classical, and Mr. Romantic last. Hello there, my name is Mr. Baroque, and I prefer music from the 1600s to 1750. I'd also like to thank my supporters, Mr. Vivaldi and Mr. Bach. I prefer music with lots of ornamentation, like trills, and that it projects a single mood of feeling, and the melodic idea is introduced at the beginning of the work. I also like when the rhythm becomes faster or more complex as the piece progresses, and I like ritardandos at the end. I also prefer abrupt shifts from loud to stop by adding or subtracting instruments. During my time, I have witnessed Shakespearean plays, The Great Fire of London, and The First Thanksgiving. I also have been around for the invention of the candy cane and the pendulum clock. And as you've noticed, my theme is Vivaldi's Spring, which features evident ornamentation and includes many rapid shifts in dynamics. The beginning is also the main melody, and the piece expresses the single idea of the season, spring. As the piece progresses, more complex rhythms are introduced, and more instruments are added and or dropped to assist in dynamical changes. Lastly, the piece finishes off with a ritardando, a classic Baroque feature.
Good morning. My name is Miss Classical, and I am a candidate for the Fantastic Musical Association. Before I begin, I would like to thank my supporters, Ludwig van Beethoven and Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. If I were to become president, I would choose music from 1750 to 1800. I would also choose songs with an ABA structure, where the quarter notes and eighth notes are played spiccato or off string. I would also choose songs with a question and answer format, where the melody is dominant with other instruments providing supporting harmony, and with terrace dynamics. During my time as Vice President of the Fantastic Musical Association, Napoleon has been born and become emperor. The Boston Tea Party has happened, and I was there when Jane Austen first published Sense and Sensibility. During my lifetime, electric batteries and vaccinations have also been invented. As you could probably hear before, I chose Mozart's Symphony 25 for my theme music because I thought it was a great representation of the type of songs I would choose because it has an ABA format. The quarter notes and eighth notes are played off string, and there's a question and answer format that can be heard in the beginning. Also, the violins have the harmony and the other instruments have supporting harmonies. Thank you, and vote Miss Classical. My name is Mr. Romantic, and I am a candidate for the Fantastic Musical Association's president. If I were to become president, I would choose music from 1800 to 1910, where the rhythms become more and more complex and the melody often switches between instruments. I would ask my musicians to use sophisticated levels of bow control with good bow speed, placement, and arm weight, and lots of vibrato. I would also choose music with a broad range of dynamics, ranging from very, very quiet to very, very loud. In my lifetime, I've seen events such as the Gold Rush and President Lincoln's inauguration. I've also seen him been there during his assassination. In my lifetime, Coca-Cola and peanut butter have been invented. As you can hear, I've chosen Brahms' Lullaby as my theme song because it features lots of vibrato. The rhythms get more and more complex as it goes on, and it uses lots of controlled bow strokes and subtly changing dynamics. Before I go, I would like to thank my supporters, Richard Wagner and Johann Brahms. Thank you, and vote Mr. Romantic.
First up we have Mr. Baroque, then Mr. Classical. Oh wait, that's a lady.
like to thank my supporters, Ludwig van Beethoven and Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart.
We're going to retake that.
Good morning. My name is Miss Classical, and I am a candidate for the president of the music. Fantastic. Speaking. Okay.